welcome up here. How you doing? So we're going to look at who are you, okay? Who are you and what is the purpose on this planet, this thing that we call Earth?
Go into incredibly descriptive details of the story so we all know.
Oh, yes.
Unless any of you are from Mars, unless you be called Melissa, Maria, Michael, Jackson, Julian, Jason, Justin, Jackie, Jasmine, Jack. But let's find out what your purpose is on the spiritual plane. What is your purpose? What is their purpose on this planet? Well, in order to fight the forces of evil for a lot of you, so not giving in to temptation of karmic toxic relationships. The people that have everything are the people. So the way I see life is, right, if you take a lot of things and you have a lot of things in this life, okay, that means that who gives you that? Okay, so when you look at what do you desire, Master? What do you desire? Would you like to sell your soul to the devil? Would you like fame and fortune and riches beyond belief? Would you like to give in to temptation and have all of these things? So all we need to do is get you to be famous and fortunate and have everything that you desire in life. If you do, who are you listening to, the devil or God? Okay, if the devil is to give you everything that glitters in gold, money and finances and like fame, riches and fortune, who is it that you're actually giving into temptation to? Who's giving you that, God or actually the devil? Okay, so for a lot of you, you might have also a lot of addictions on this planet. Okay, you might give in to a lot of karmic temptation of desire, of love interests, bad influential people listening to the wrong people, maybe bad advice. Can also be gambling and drug addictions. Okay, can be a karmic cycle that you've found yourself in with Michael, Melissa, Maria, Michael, Jackson, Julian, Jason, Justin, Jackie, Jasmine, Jack. Okay, but so far I'm picking up messages of Sophie, Sarah, Steve. But when we look at temptation, you could have found yourself this time on this planet in a lot of spiritual karmic connections that have led to obsession about one another that never seems to work. It's desirable energy. The energy makes me want to go back into a codependent relationship because I may still not be satisfied. Even though I feel as if I am, I still feel like there's more work to be done with this person. Even though it is toxic, I still have this feeling for them that is still not independent on one's own. Okay, because if anyone ever goes back into a toxic situation from the past, presently it's going to give you desire to make you feel as if you want to go back, to trick you and fool you to believe that people might change. But you can only do that by experience. If your experiences of why you've been here on this lifetime has led you to like addictions, drug addiction, alcohol abuse, physical abuse, mental abuse, is obviously written within your chart. But this could also be mental health problems, like with ADHD, for instance, and stuff like that. Okay, you could, because people with ADHD, they get themselves into like obsessed about food, or people obsessing about their attention that they want. Okay, and I can't seem to focus. I've got a hornet's nest in my head and I can't think straight. I have to be on my own. But I'm codependent with you, but I have had drug addictions while I've been here. I've had food addictions while I've been here. I may have been gambling at some point. Okay, doesn't always mean mental health, but you can get those with mental health, right? So that's if any of you guys are wondering, or a fish called Wanda, might be a Piscean. This could be Gemini or Capricorn. Okay, Capricorn, but Gemini 6, major arcana. Okay, so I could have found myself on this planet always finding myself running with the wolves, maybe with a Leo, okay, but like Leo / Aquarian. But I've always found myself being attracted and allured back into an energy that always seems to be where I take and form the wrong choice. I always make the wrong choices, okay? My choices of the past have constantly led me down a road of toxic communication, toxic, patterns of behavior. okay, that affect my life. Because if my relationship's affecting my feelings and my thoughts, then my job gets affected by what I'm infected by. Now, some of you could have a sexually transmitted disease. You could have been infected certain different ways. But karmic situations of love in your life here have shown you that this also affects your job as well, or the name Rob or Robin or Rachel or Ricky or Rashad or Evans or Barry or Tina. But it's shown me that I have an addictive personality trait, okay? Like I need more, okay? A person, because I am also picking up, sorry if I've been talking about ADHD a lot just lately, but I am picking up some signs for that. Because this is an unfulfilled, unsatisfied energy that searches and needs more. Okay, like I have this void inside me that cannot stop looking for more and more and more. Like more clients, more money, more work, more attention from YouTube maybe. Okay, popularity. Okay, I've always been the person that has either always been popular or I've been searching to be popular. Okay. But the population of people have shown me a lot of running with the wolves energy, where I get myself into these binds where I either end up with a food addiction, a drug addiction, a gambling addiction of some trait here. Okay. So let's see. Why? Tell me about what this person, what these people here have come here to experience. Why are they here in this lifetime to experience? So your experiences of this lifetime have been very confusing. Definitely what everybody does is on the search for desire of a stable relationship, also for money and things like that. But who doesn't, right? What's the biggest addiction of the world is money. Money makes everything happen in life. Okay, but it doesn't make you feel any different, but it can give you instant gratification. Okay, this can be unsatisfied and instant gratification of looking for more and more and more and more, okay, to make me stable in one's life. But this could have led to circumstances on this planet where you've made a lot of wrong decisions, and each path that you've chosen is always ended up being the chosen one to come back towards the devil, being influenced by the devil of love. Don't forget, the devil in fiction can't stand people that are actually together, okay? Doesn't like love, wants to be the only one, the center of attention, the sun, okay? The Son of God, okay? So I want to be the only one, okay? So every path that I have chosen has led me to going around the sun, okay, with toxic family situations. Every situation I've been in, what I've chosen is either been a karmic family situation or toxic love interests. And even to do with around my work, I've been obsessed about working and money. Okay. Now there can be this female approach to obsession of stability within their life, of constantly searching for a stable energy that doesn't end up being toxic, but always has. Okay, always has. Spiritual ascension of codependency. Okay, like can never seem to like get past the hurdle where it always ends up being very toxic. Okay. I've been searching for long-term success, long-term goals, stressed about work and worried about money and finances for long-term. But I've always found short-term success with my relationships. I've found sustainable energy within jobs, but unsustainable energy within relationships. I can always sustain the energy of perseverance to go forward when money has always been involved. I've always been quite successful, maybe. For some of you, this is not all of you. But then majority of the time, I've always found short-term success when it comes to toxicity in my relationship. We seem to argue every 2 or 3 days, and it turns more and more toxic, where I end up turning more to long-term success of goals of my future for money and assets, because I can find long-term success in that, because I can just work extra hours or more hours if I want to. But when it comes to my love life and family, I've always found that whatever I do or whatever I say is not good enough. It never seems to be good enough for my family, never seems to be good enough for my partner. Always ends up being a karmic hell loop where I always seem to be struggling in order to get on with one or the other. If I'm pushed towards work, I get complained at. If I work too much, it ends up being toxic. If I don't work enough, it ends up that we're broken, we've got no money. That ends up being an argument too. Okay. And so it could have been where you've argued about quality of time, like quantity, not quality. Okay. Every time I want quality time with you, I can't, because you're always focused on stability of money, and you don't seem to give me any quality of time because you're in so much of a rush to go back to being the King of Pentacles. So you don't spend enough quality time with me. But our quality of life is good though, right? We can afford to go out and we can afford to go on holiday, and we've got a house over our head, a roof over our head, clothes and food, and we can generally get on with life. So why is that not good enough for you, that we can have those things? Yeah, but I want those things and you. No, 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 you can't have both. Okay, I want alchemy. I want everything. No, 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 no. Life is not perfect. Okay, so you choose, it's either work or me. Well, I'm going to choose work because that's long-term success. I can't live without money because I'll die. So I have to pay the rent, the mortgage, the bill, blah, 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 so on and so forth. But you don't, but I do, but you don't. You've been bred into a family that's just given you all of these things, and I've had to work for it. Well, that's resentment, right? That's also resentment. I'm resenting you for having more of a luxury lifestyle than what I have to, where I've had to struggle my whole life. Okay, and I've had to do all of this my whole life. Yeah, well, I did all of that when I was younger. Okay, I ran with the wolves when I was younger, but I'm wise enough now not to pay attention to that and focus more in this direction and not that direction. Because I've been there, I've done it, I've read the t-shirt. I made one and I actually sold it. So I know that this is not good, but I do know that what is good for me. But you're selfish. Okay, I'm a male. I will consider myself in this. Okay. But you're spoiled. You've always had everything. That's not my fault. Blame your parents, not me. Okay. If your parents couldn't afford things when you were younger, blame your parents. Don't blame me for it. Okay. That's the trouble with society. When you have a lot, people want it. Okay. Even if it's desire and dreams, you know. I will not give you the dream. I will tell you to wake the fuck up. Okay. So let's see. What are these people on here? Messages for what they came here to experience. See, a lot of fake, false, and fiction. True or false? Is the devil actually playing tricks on you? Okay. Where you believe. The devil is a belief energy. Nobody on planet Earth has ever seen the actual devil. They've seen Capricorns all over the place, right? But nobody's actually seen the devil. If you want to believe that people have, I bet you haven't seen it yourself. They've just told you that. So that's still a belief, right? Belief is a lie. Life is a lie. Believe is a lie. Even elephants, right? Pink elephants, right? They're a lie. You don't get pink elephants. But like influenced by desire of belief. Okay. I've been following a calling that is spiritual, believing that this eventually will become better and we will find karmic ground and better ground. Okay. But the faulty foundation of why I've always been here has always led to the same. 6 and 6. Okay. Every time do I get pushed out from this commitment with you, you never ever seem to leave me. You always put the burden on me leaving you, but you will never leave, even though you are not satisfied. You always complain and say that I'm not good enough. So why are you still here if I'm not good enough? Because it needs to be you that finishes with me, because I'm still codependent on controlling you. No, you are not in control of my life, no matter what you do or who you are. You didn't give birth to me. I am not your father or your son. I'm just your relationship partner. That doesn't give you the rights to control me as a human being. So why we go from 6 to 6 is the fact that being here in this life has taught me a lot of lessons, that every time do I make a decision, you just turn it round back on me and say, the responsibility is yours. I will call your bluff, blind man's bluff, okay? I will make you be unbearable to be around me because it's toxic. Wonder why you don't want to be around me. Become codependent on you needing to not being around me and wondering why. That are you being influenced by other things in your life, like success, money, other women, other men? What drives you in the opposite direction from me driving you mad? Okay, what drives you mad about me is because you're always focused on me and trying to put the blame on me to let me make the decisions. You want a man, right, to make the decisions? No, well, I need you to take charge and lead. Okay, so if I make the decision to not pay any attention to you, why is that not good enough either? Well, because I'm looking for your attention. So you're seeking my attention, but what, my approval or my attention? Because when I want to focus on me and do what I want to do, why are you not happy with that if you're actually looking for long term? Well, on the short term, I want some feelings and some emotions, and I want you to pay attention to me because I'm feminine. But I'm masculine. I think about long-term success, not short-term. Okay. So on the short term, this has always ended up being the same. Probably every 2 or 3 days you come up against a path of like, shall I continue on this same path of this person doing the same thing? Is it physically Einstein and it's driving me completely crazy? And I don't know whether to leave this person or stay. I just don't know what to do. And then the other person is kind of like, well, I'm not going to have that responsibility of finishing with them because I still love them, but I still want to control them the way I do. So I'll put that into their hands because they're the man maybe, and let them finish with me so then they can have the responsibility. So then I can turn around and say, yeah, they dumped me again. It happened again because they've dumped me. But not seeing the true fact where parents do not, or friends or society do not actually witness and see what happens behind closed doors, right? Because when a person's angry, or whichever way around it is, if you get, say, a male that's like, right, I'm had enough of you, sweetheart, I'm done, I'm over, I'm finished, do what you like, right? They'll get upset. When they get upset, they turn to friends and family. When they do, they try to also, one, tell their story to friends and family. But normally they don't say that it's my fault that started the argument, right? So even the other person will do that. But they keep arguing with me, mum. They keep arguing with me. They're always doing this. They keep telling me what to do. They keep doing this. They're always doing that. But why do they do that? What about you is it? Because I don't never really see you doing those sort of things. No, but they don't know, you know. They're kind of like being influenced to say that I'm a narcissist because I keep dumping them and telling them no. They don't like being told no. So they go off and they tell their family the fact that because I dumped them, I hurt their feelings, that I'm obviously narcissistic and a fucking nasty person because they've made it impossible to keep doing this hell loop over and over again. So every time I do I end up telling everybody that it's broke up and split up and now we're doing it again. And they're like, well, why keep going back then? Why keep going back if they do it? It's like, well, I do want to be with them, but I just wish they wouldn't keep doing and saying these sort of things, right? So then everybody gets involved, where everybody's auntie and uncle or mother or father could watch this reading and think, holy shit, that sounds like my best friend or my mum or my father or my son or daughter's relationship, right? So because this is the general reading of why you guys that are watching or find this that relates to you, of why you've constantly gone through these situations, because we are actually being influenced by the devil and not by God. Okay, if God is up and the devil is down, then where are we? Because we definitely aren't up. Because how far up can you actually go? Because even if you dug all the way down, you would still come out the other end and go up, right? Do you all get it, right? You'd end up, if you dug from here, you pretty much end up in Doug or Australia, right? On the other end of the earth. But then if you kept going, where would you go? Up, right? So what's up and what's down? Well, right. So, yeah, influenced by the devil, by accepting desirable energy that has led me into realizing that every single relationship I've ever been in, I've always ended up being on my own anyway. It's always been very toxic, every relationship I've ever done. So what am I to do? Be on my own and be separated? Is that what the devil is actually trying to do to us? To separate us in life, so we are not in love with human beings? Of course, happens all the time, right? Go back to your own country. Do this. I've got my rights. I can live wherever I like. Yeah, but you're this, you're that, blah, blah, blah. We need money, blah, 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 right? So even in relationships, the devil is the one that tries to break you up and split you up, right? Because he does not agree with people being in love. So he wants to split you up, right? So he doesn't want you to have everything, right? He wants you to give in to temptation to split you up again, to give in to temptation to split you up again. It's the trick and the fall of the devil, okay? Constant bad relationships and bad choices that the devil gets you to believe in love, but then I believe in a thing called love. Well, it was actually wrote by the darkness, believe it or not, Hawke, right? Was it Ethan Hawke? I don't know. No, that's an actor, right? But yeah, the devil has always been an influence within one's life to take the wrong decisions, to learn the valuable lesson of, should I literally just be on my own then? But I actually want someone because God makes me feel as if I should take the right choice in life. So that's what we've got. Very quick general reading of why you guys have more than likely been here on this earth so far. If you like these kind of readings, then please make sure you state it below. If you would like your actual star sign reading, okay, all of them, all 12, then you'll need Patreon, which is the silver or gold tier, because there's teaching videos on the gold tier. Say silver tier. Okay, you get 2 weekly readings every single week. So each week you get a fortnightly reading from week 1 to the next week, to the heads up before the next week gets here. It at least got to see if that works, right? So you get 2 weekly readings every single week on the silver tier below to Patreon. If not, I've just put also 2 meditation tracks over on the join button. That's only $2 or $3. For the join button, you get meditation tracks, teaching videos, a few of them over there that are really important. Then you also get live readings when I go live, when life isn't so stressful and I need to get another job and I'm not looking for those. I normally go live, okay, and everybody gets a question and answer. If you catch me live, you get to ask me whatever you like, and I look into the tarot, give you advice. But it's only $2 or $3. It doesn't cost much, and it helps me out because tarot is going down just lately, apparently, for a lot of people. So very difficult to make it on YouTube these days. So anything you can do, guys, to help out, I really would appreciate it. Definitely until I get a new job. When I get a new job, then I will make decisions about, because I will never close the channel. I will always do it, okay, but, you know, I need to get through I'm struggling, right? Hence these readings. So I hope you enjoyed it anyway. If you want to help me out further, all links are provided below. Thanks very much, guys. Really do appreciate it, and I'll see you soon.